Do you want to play one of the most insufferable games in existence? Do you want a game to feed upon your hopes and dreams and suck years out of your life? Do you want to dive into insanity as you do the same thing over and over again, getting the exact same result? Well, Spongebob Light's game plans this game for you. Enjoy!
SporkSlayer review, go!
This game came out on October 19th, 2003. It was published and developed by THQ. It apparently sold so well that it was re-released as greatest hit. Anyone who bought this game as a kid, or got it as a gift or whatever, I am sorry.
So you boot up the game and you find this shark. Who is this shark? I don't know. Let's find out together. So out of all the options here, story mode looks the most appealing. So pick a character, difficulty, and all the computer stuff, and this cutscene plays.
Gil Hammerstein speaking.
Oh, Gil Hammerstein. I should have known. Not to be confused with Dr. Gil, who's already an established character.
Basically, Gil, the director, not the doctor, is directing the anniversary special for the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy TV show and needs to fill the supporting roles. Basic stuff like waiter, police officer, and supervillain. A bit late to cast that if you ask me. You can play as SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Plankton, each coming jam-packed with the most annoying gameplay dialogue ever. It's fine hearing it once or twice, but when you hear this,
I feel tingly.
Y'all know I'm winning.
You've got money, right?
I went to college.
Whatever you say.
I'm winning. I'm winning.
Now I've got it.
Like to live dangerously, eh?
Come and get. Oh, yeah!
We.
I went to college.
Long as you pay. Wait.
I went to college. That is
Winning. Good.
I order you to take shots.
So high.
I'm winning.
I
went to college.
it's irritating.
I went to.
Shut up.
Once the cutscene ends, you see that Bubble Blast is casting the waiter role at the Krusty Krab. Ignore any logical flaws and terrible lip syncing.
My superior gastronomic and gourmet skills will sort the majestic from the meek.
And you're thrust into your first audition. Okay, minigame.
Basically, this game is Mario Party. However, I do have to give THQ Australia, okay, maybe that specific, credit. It's not a Mario Party clone. Mario Party and its clones revolve around a board game and so many games that you play at the end of each turn. This game ditches the board entirely and just lets you play minigames.
However, it balances the gameplay by making each audition take about 3 minutes. But it mixes things up every minute or so by speeding up, handing out points, swapping jobs with your partner, etc. It works for what it's going for, and I respect that. However, team games should have been completely removed. Just look at the Krusty Krab section where each minigame is team-based. It would be fine, but you're rambly, but not really assigned to the same partner for 2 of them. In fact, pay close attention to this partner, you will be paired together quite often.
But regardless, a Mario Party game doesn't work unless the minigames are good. And for this game, they're mixed.
Some of them are fine. There's this one where you and your teammate must bounce items into storage, which is fun, fast-paced, and really satisfying when both you and your partner nail your job. It's a game I like seeing in actual Mario Party. But then there's this racing game. The Bumblebee controls so loose and slippery, you might as well be driving butter on a frying pan. I get why the controls are this loose, it's so you can have an easier time drifting. Something mentioned in the instructions. But it doesn't help. Just look at how I screwed Squidward over.
Where do I go? I hear him cry. What do I do? Meanwhile, I near the end, waiting to overtake him. And then he figures it out, crosses the finish line, and leaves me to take last place. Oh joy! Then there's Rock Bottom, which is Guitar Hero. It's nice that each character plays a different instrument with a unique track to go with it, but the timing for the buttons is off. You can only hit the notes if you hit them early. That's because if the notes go 1 pixel past the marker, it turns red and you miss it. In Guitar Hero, if you hit a note a little too early or too late, you still hit it, but you get less points than if you hit it perfectly. But this is extremely aggravating. But nothing can compare to Beats Me, where circle is shake left, and shake right is X. Why not make it circle and square? This is a serious question. Anyways, say you beat a minigame.
The score you and/or your team got is converted into popularity points, and those points are added to your score. The person to get a combined score of 12,000 likability points or more across the 3 minigames gets the role, and we see them as the role. I won, by the way. And whoever has the most combined points at the end of the game gets to be the supervillain, the Sneaky Hermit. Although I went through the whole game thinking it was the Stinky Hermit, until I heard this line.
We'll soon put an end to the Stinky Hermit.
I was never the same again. When you're done in the Krusty Krab, you move on to the beach, where I lost every minigame. I blame this camera angle. So Squidward ends up getting the role, and now you realize that the scenes are out of order.
The Sneaky Hermit must be at the Krusty Krab. We should go immediately. That shady character at the beach obviously sent us on a wild goose chase.
Which is fine. If you were filming a real movie or whatever, you wouldn't film it in order. Besides, the order is restored in the final product. Moving on, you go to Mrs. Puff's boating school and what the crap, this is the worst split screen I've ever seen.
But it's fine. I've played through all 3 minigames and it's time to see who won.
Terrible. Just terrible. Get back in there and do better.
Unfortunately for Gil and for us, nobody was able to reach 12,000 likability points. Which is sad.
Okay, so tiebreaker. What do you have in store for us, game?
Wait, what? Wait, what? No. Just no. 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 No.
Gonna need a lot of these, because you'll want to drown your sorrows in something.
Select Audition to retry. Previous score will be replaced with new score. Why? This could have been a nice way to slow a tie, but it's done horribly wrong. First of all, in order for a winner to be declared, you need to average 4,000 points in each game. And the maximum number of points that you can earn in each game is 5,000. There is no room for error. It's either excel or restart. The thing that makes this worse is that you don't get enough points for your efforts. The best example I have for this is the seahorse soccer that you play in jail.
Stupidest thing I've ever said.
We're ending the game 3-1, gave me just under 2,000 points, making it impossible for anyone to win without a tiebreaker. Repeating this minigame over and over again was incredibly frustrating, to say the least. But eventually the other team was able to step it up and they got enough points to win. Congratulations to Patrick for getting the role as the jailer. So, if there's a tie game, expect a lot of this.
What was that? Is that acting? I don't think so. Try again! I couldn't cast you in a pond with that effort. Oh, that was terrible! Get back in there and do a better job! Get back in there and do better! Amateurs. Trained dolphins could do a better job.
Don't you talk about dolphins like that. I bet a dolphin can find a better tiebreaker than you. In fact, let's see if that's true. Hello, childhood toy that I cleverly named Baby Dolphin. How would you settle this tie?
Rock, paper, scissors. I randomly decided 4th minigame, having 4 minigames to begin with, picking a random minigame without replacing the previous score, and most importantly, I would have given a 1,000 point bonus to whenever minigame. That way you only need 3,000 points for each minigame, as long as you win each game, making this less likely.
Thanks. I'll probably never need you again.
Can I have some of that,
Absolutely not.
please?
And while I was in the chum bucket, I spent 1 hour trying to get someone to win. In fact, I removed myself from the equation entirely, just so someone else could win. I purposely impeded Patrick and Plankton so that Squidward could win. But it wasn't working. Nobody was able to win. 1 hour, and nobody won. Please just someone wins. Just win. I don't care who wins. I just want someone to win. Please, will someone win. I don't want to do this anymore. Please. No more. No more. No more.
Oh, I finally won. But it's too late. I've already descended into the deepest, darkest depths of my psyche. I'm afraid this traumatic memory has left a permanent scar in my brain. Now I can't hear the phrase.
I went to college.
Without descending into a state of panic, which can only be relieved by hopping into the shower, where no one can hear me cry. The temptation to snap this game in half was ever so present. It would have been a sweet, swift justice. But no, that would have been an accurate view. And besides, I must finish this. I need to see the end. I must watch Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. I will find the strength to finish this game. I must watch the episode. Let's do this!
I'm dreadful sorry.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I can do it. I can do it. Don't worry, it's all fine. I'm okay. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. I just had a personal load on. I can do it. Don't worry about me. I can do it.
Finally. I'm done. I'm done. And the super villain role goes to
Squidward! Squidward's tentacles had won the super villain role.
I could have won too. I was only 3,000 points behind, which is a lot, but doable. But the game screwed me over because it paired me and Squidward together for 2 of the minigames, keeping me from having any chance of catching up to him.
I hate you, game. You've done this to me! Oh, that bleeding my nose!
Okay, so the game screwed me over from the supervillain role. Not that my performance in the soccer minigame helped things, but whatever. But all that effort was worth it, right? This came out a year before the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, so it was in the good old days of SpongeBob. That means the episode is fun and entertaining, right?
Ah, the Krusty Krab.
Okay, let's be fair and move all loading times between the scenes and judge the episode on its own merits.
Okay, this cartoon is decent. Not horrible, but decent. I love how each character brings something unique to the table. A good example of this is to look at the cop scenes. First of all, Sandy is the only one fit enough to chase a boat and a bicycle. Also, every scene with Plankton is shot differently to accommodate for his size. What, did you think he was going to act in his robot suit? Each character will also respond differently in accordance to their character. For example, SpongeBob questions whether or not he should trust Rock. Mr. Krabs is happy to be in double overtime. Squidward questions his life choices, and Patrick...
You've got a smart mouth. Maybe I should run you in. But you hate running.
Something tells me he isn't right for the role. Honestly, the best thing about the episode is that it does feel and sound like an actual SpongeBob cartoon. The problem with the episode is the sound effects. Seriously, listen to this.
Kelp Sunday, cucumber split, super weak,
Rust sprinkle.
bit sneaky.
Under her.
That's the one said something about being hungry.
Immediately.
Don't need these, but to the Krusty Krab. Away.
Bucks.
Sign.
Yeah, and all those sound effects are in one scene. And some of them make no sense.
That's the one.
Not to mention there are some problems with the animation and rendering. Like Patrick falling out of the chair in this scene, and falling through it here. Also here, Man Ray didn't take the bag with the captive in it, but somehow brought Sandy with him for the next scene. Although some funny situations arise when someone is cast multiple roles, like Squidward playing the lookout for the sneaky hermit, even though he is the sneaky hermit. Like Sandy playing the waiter in this scene, the captive in the literal next scene, and the jellyfish hunter right after that.
I did that. It was all my doing. Oh, thank you.
However, the more versions of it you see, the more repetitive it gets. Any shot that doesn't use our playable characters is reused for each scene, so the novelty wears off quick. If you want to watch the whole thing, click here and judge for yourself. It's about 30 minutes long.
But is it worth the hours of frustration I put into this game? Well, no! Save yourself! Do not buy this game unless you're being paid $10 to snap it in half immediately! I'm wasting gun repair! I paid $3 for this game. And if I had known all the torture and suffering this game would have put me through, I would have paid 25 cents for it. And pennies! In order for me to decide what to do with this game, I contemplated long and hard about why destroy the games I do. History Channel Civil War was a broken mess that shouldn't be considered a game. The Bible game just didn't work at all, and American International Sweet 16 License to Drive had absolutely no effort put into it. This game, no matter how bad it might be, isn't worth destroying. Because while this game caused me suffering, whereas License to Drive caused me boredom, there is effort put into this, and it's not a broken mess. However, what I really want to decide is whether or not this game deserves the box or torture.
The temptation to make this a straight-up Mario Party clone must have been hard to ignore. But the direction of the game is a good one. By taking away the board game aspect and making games fast-paced and longer, THQ made a unique game that can be fun to play. As long as you're not stuck on a section for hours like I was. However, whether you're playing with friends or the computers, you will get stuck at some point, and you will suffer. The Controls, Point Cap, and Seahorse Soccer minigame make sure of that.
In order to decide its punishment, I need to be fair. I need to look at every minigame and sort the good games from the bad ones. Okay, count them up and you get 15 good minigames and 15 bad. What the crap? Are you kidding me? I've wasted 2 hours of my life playing all 30 minigames, only found out that the good and the bad balances out? Now what I do?
On the one hand, this game did torture my soul, making me want to torture it. But on the other hand, rock, paper, scissors shouldn't really count as a minigame. So...
You know what? I think this game deserves the box. I wouldn't consider it a good game, nor would I consider it a bad one, but even with its bad controls, bad scoring, and repetitive moving, it can be fun. Especially if you have a friend or two around. As long as you don't play the story mode and you know minigames are good. Meanwhile, games like Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup aren't fun, even if you have a friend around. But now that I think about it, putting this game in the same box as Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup is kind of an insult. I mean, I am never going to play this game again. Yeah, I may play Spongebob sometime in the future, I don't know. So, what am I going to do? I got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, pop this out, flip it on the other side, and put it in this frame. Come out. There we go. That goes there. Put this back in. And look, I do this long enough, I'll eventually have a mirror, which is great. I like mirrors. This is SporkSlayer, but we're sports and blah 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 blah. Don't fall, don't fall. I'm not drinking those. There we go. 2. I don't even like eggs. I think someone likes this funny. I think it's done. So for those of you who wanted to know how to make egg quickly, this is how you do it. You just use too much butter, you put it on high, and then you just put your egg in, and look, it's... Thanks. Thank you. And then look, it's just instantly done. I can eat this now. Huh. It tastes like egg. Whether you like it or not is your opinion.